First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Um, I always start saying these videos because at this point I'm locked in with reality as much as they're trying to disorient me. Um, as much as these perps participating that we try to recreate this in these different ways. Listen, I understand the reality of what's happening to me. I'm not disconnected with the reality that I'm just a test subject that the government is using to continuously develop this technology and tactics. With me, they have these clowns around me that are perps, that they try to recreate this in this fantasized reality. And that's in my videos. The reason why I like making videos, or I make videos, maybe not even liking making videos, is because it's a way to anchor with reality instead of what they fantasize this to be, or try to make me think this is. Every day I've been making, or I try to make videos at least on a weekly basis, and stick and stay anchored to reality. Last night after doing these disturbing dreams, I heard this clown say, "Yeah, we're running circle around you," as if what they're doing is so like they're in a competition. There's a way for me to be able to stop what's happening to me, as if this is not a governmental program doing that to somebody who can do nothing about it. They utilize this loserness of perps who so disconnected, or want me to be so disconnected to think that me, a civilian and as somebody who can do anything about it, is actually in some kind of mental battle. And so these clowns are so disconnected. I'm like, you are nothing. You are not running circles around me. This program is destroying my life. And so they contract this nobody that just think that it's just their genius, this destroying me. They want me to think of them. It's like they use these people who don't have much going on in certain circumstances, where they really think that we are at war. It's like, you are just utilizing me as a guinea pig and just one of the participants in this program. You are nothing. You're a clown who think that I'm going to subscribe to what you fantasize what this is. You're discussing trash who find intoxicating feelings or empowered by a program that is clearly taking over the brain of target individual. A technology that can do that. There's nothing we can do anything about. You're just a nothing employed to partake in this. It's like creating a fantasy where you think your fierceness have successfully beat me. You're a loser. I thank God every day that this is not the life I live. Where not only I'm involved in a program that does this nastiness to target individual, but then I start deluding myself like, now we're gonna win, we're running circle, as if this is not governmental entities doing that to civilians who can do nothing about it. I'm just an employee retard to support to recreate reality. So disconnected that they don't even know that the person we're doing that to will this easily crash out if given the chance. They don't live in the reality of what they're part of. They just fantasize reality and think they're going to gaslight you into accepting this false reality. And then reality dawns on them when it's too late. Because they contract these disconnected clowns for the purpose of pushing you into sanity. So when I heard these clowns, she's so delusional, because they were forcing me to have these disgusting dreams. They were trying to crank up my libido. And I was like, I'm not going to go through it. Whatever you're doing to me, I had to stop it somehow. Sometimes they do whatever. But this trash was doing that so they can force me to have sexual arousals, and then they can aim it towards children. I just got back from using the restroom because, they do this thing with my bladder. Listen, in the morning you have to urinate because you haven't urinated the whole night. During my urination, they try to utilize that as a way to torment me, which I show exactly what they're doing. I will never internalize this. They even utilize urination as a tactic to torment you. And they're like, yeah, we're just running circles. It's like, you're just doing the nasty mental torture that this technology is supposed to be doing. And I'm just one of many test subjects. You're just a loser nest who was supposed to make me subscribe to that. This it's like they gaslighted themselves. They start really believing that they're some kind of warriors, and there's like a mental battle here that's like there's nothing. I'm gonna deal and I'm gonna endure with what my brain can be manipulated to experience. It's gonna be some degrading manipulation. I need just to be strong, mentally strong, to deal with the manipulation that I'll be forced to experience. Then you go through your whole scripts of things to make me subscribe to this manipulation that you are designing for me to experience in these degrading ways. And try to repaint what this program is about. That's how you're killing babies and torturing children. And then make me think that now this is the abuse of these feminist adventures, the avenging justice, trash us. Instead of the program that's how frying the vaginas of even women, torturing children in sexual ways. Then use some fucking teenage trash so disconnected, thinking that people are gonna let them live their fantasy. For all the abuses and torture and the horror that's happening to women and children, I will never let you live your fantasy as a justice seeker, and I will never internalize this manipulation that you designed for me to experience. Bring your tantrum. I know one thing is for sure. In this program, they allow the target individual to crash out on these trashy retards. They let that happen because it's part of they want the target individual to lose his mind and do something like that. So when I face them, we're gonna face each other. Now see, check the temperature now. What you've done is just been pushing me to the rage that will explode when I face this real life. And they know that. These little clowns are like, yeah, now you will fight. So what happened to your braveness? What happened to you being brave? Oh, you know I'm going to see you as a trash who's fucking messing with my brain, who's manipulating my brain in this degrading pedophilia-centric way. You know what was going to happen. I'm going to get you reconnected to reality really quickly. All these things that you do to me thinking I was going to subscribe to that, you're going to face reality immediately, and I know you're nothing. Trust me, when I face these perps, I know they're nothings. I know they're the nobody. They wanted to paint themselves in this fantasized way. You face me, prepare yourself for all the things that I'm going to test this God, people that call themselves gods that just say that to annoy me. You better prepare yourself. Now we're going to deal with reality. I'm going to reconnect you quickly with reality. You who thought you're so good that you run in a circle around me, when in reality you're just involved in a program that's torturing men and women and children, and use these mental tortures to try to torment target you into suicide. The mistake they're going to make when they see each other. I'm already testing them to see. But but these perps, I pray they come with this disconnected. All they do is implanting this rage. And they utilize this childish trash with tantrum, who think that their way into forcing people to accept this false reality is just be childish. It's like, I promise you, it is, I have to do. They put me in a corner where I need to do something. I cannot even look at myself in the mirror if I let this trash do that in front of me. I can't. I cannot respect myself if I let this trash do this thing in this fantasized way and walk around. I cannot. I can't. The second I get this game being played in front of me, I have to react accordingly. I cannot even allow that. I can die. I'm accepting death. I'm accepting to die. Because I could not live with myself, allowing this trash living around like this. Because they have this childish tantrum, they can do these things and nobody's going to try to do anything to them. Nobody's going to try to crash out. Never. For me, they're going to take that life, that risk. It's going to be a life and death situation if these perps do these things, thinking that I'm going to see them as like they're running circles. Like you're just a nobody in the government. This program that tortures babies that you run circles around. They want to redesign this nastiness that you force people to experience. I promise you, all you've done is made people ready to kill. And I don't want to be a killer. They come and they even have these ways of talking and this and that. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so disconnected. It's scary. Because they're driving the target individual more into the crash state of mind. And they still in this disconnected reality. And I know because some of them are not adults. And even the adults, it's like they have disconnected. And this is a trashy 60-some-year-old lady. I swear to God, she's so disconnected. I don't know if it's a cultural issue. It's not even a cultural. It's like a cultural disconnect. I don't know if she think that maybe because I'm from somewhere else, I will take it in a more pacific way. Maybe that's that. But maybe they see the good nature or the non-violent person that I am and think I'm going to be stuck to that. She was trying to do this nasty. I could see her weird smile. She was like smiling like as if like it's a game. I was like, it's a game that can end you. Do you think I'm subscribing to this manipulation? You think this tantrum of this childlike trash, all they do is make people angry and ready to kill. That's it. That's why this man killed a 15-year-old with no pity. It will be an easy. If I saw that, if one of these perps today do this game, it's like we'll have a problem. I remember when I was getting delivered, this guy was trying to do like he couldn't be. He's like he already felt like this guy is not. This work is not working. In that fashion, I'm being manipulated. I'm gonna endure with this nasty manipulation. It's gonna be the way I'm being tortured mentally. But he was trying to like edge. It was like I could tell his energy was like he didn't feel comfortable. It's like, huh. So like, you see where this is going to go. Huh? Now imagine having this teenage trash do all these things to me and think that I'm not. I don't know what they're doing. You know what's going to happen. You know the rage that's building in me. They'll see it. And yesterday they were trying to mental torture. Like they were trying to. What they try to do is try to fatigue you. And try to torment you. Let me see this better. They try to exhaust you into submitting to this manipulation, to these alterations. And so you get tired, and in my brain, like, yeah, they would just ruin you. It's like, my life is over. I've been making videos over and over to make sure that the day I'm no longer alive, that everything that needs to be said has been said a million times. But also, I'm giving a warning to this low life. All this that you do to me just builds the rage, and I can't wait to face them. For me, who I start to detest the most is this childish, who talk in this childish way, who think that you can live life like that, do this manipulation to people, and nothing's gonna happen. You will never make me internalize this, but now, I know that when I face you, you need to have to deal with the consequences to try to force somebody to identify with the manipulation that this trashy, nasty manipulation is forcing us to experience. It's okay. Maybe I'm all talk. It'll be up for them to see where things will go. Those who run in circles around me, the same who run circles around these children and women. Listen, for me, I've accepted. They're going to do disgusting manipulation. They're going to torment me. They will play my libido all night to try to just increase it and then try to aim it toward children. This is the things they do. And to hear this trash start talking, because I caught what they were doing. When they forced you, they were having me have like some sexual dreams. Just to crank up my libido, so that libido can then be rewired toward children. Let me just say this again. These trash are changing people's brain to have sexual arousals toward children. Let me say this again. This trash around me are involved in a program where the alteration of the brain is designed to have stimulations toward children. Then they play the protectors of children. And then you hear this trash talking in these ways, which you know they're nothings. Like I said, I know this governmental program is led by governmental entities. These trash are just immersed in pedophilia. And you utilize pedophilia to mental torture somebody. Meaning they can force you to have sexual stimulation, they make you have sensation, and that's the way they attack the mind. They're doing that consistently, systematically, and then try to gaslight me to make me accept this with this regress, retarded way. They want me to subscribe to this. And then use this tantrum, childlike trash, who think that the childishness is going to camouflage the obvious manipulation that's designed to be in this way. When in reality, you recognize your trashy, childish way of talking like this is because you know you're forcing people to have these stimulations. And so when we face each other, I'll guarantee you, all this effort of you painting this fantasy will be dismantled. And I face this teenage trash. Lord God, it's between me and God. Wherever you give me the direct, I don't know how much restraint I can have at this point. It's going to be bad. I know it's going to be really bad. I know. I will have no sympathy. It will be really bad. I've said it. There's so much somebody can take. It will be really bad. They can disconnect themselves from what I'm saying, but I'll prove what I'm saying is what I'm standing on. What I'm saying, I don't even want to say it, and I will have no hesitation. I've already prepared myself mentally to dehumanize this trash for what they are. This is going to be a situation where life will be changed. My life is already over. That's all I can say. To the perps watching me, I think I'm just saying that just to say that. You'll watch what I'm saying. And they will have no sympathy. And to the trash who's talking about it, she could run circles around me because all this money. Listen, they bombard you. They just overwhelm you. Just suffocate you with this manipulation over and over and over. There's nothing you can do against it. You gotta endure it. Understand that you're being manipulated this way. They have mental battles that's nonsensical. They bring out the things that they did to you. They bring these things like, well, but this and that. It's mental thought manipulation that is just degrading. Then manipulation that's stimulation that degrades you. All kind of nasty stuff. And every day is to try to manipulate me to accept this manipulation. Matter of fact, they've tried to make me say some words to make me subscribe to this manipulation they forced me to have today. Right now, they just make me think, oh, but remember what you did as a child. Then you should be subscribing to trash. You're a retard. That you try to design a way to make me accept this nasty manipulation that you forced me to experience as I'm experiencing as a target individual, because you are manipulating my brain and tormenting my brain in these disgusting ways. They still have hope that there will be a way to make this sound like they're not mentally torturing me using this technology that can rewire the brain. Try to, for example, right now somebody says signed, because they will try to distract me from the fact that you're clearly attacking my brain and attacking me mentally and rewire my brain mentally to torture me mentally using this technology and making me have this experience. Because you know it's a tormenting tactic. So you try to torment my brain by forcing me to get sexual arousal, stimulation, and sensation this way. And then present it as if, no, what we're doing, we're matching to you. Remember matching you when you were a kid. Trash, you're nasty lowlife involved in a program where you're actually killing women and children who are known to be mentally torturing using pedophilia type of torture, who are forcing people to get sexual arousal and utilize libido manipulation to manipulate the target to have these degrading experiences, and still think I have doubt that I'm being manipulated. You are designing these experiences because it's torturous. Then you send retards of all sorts to try to distract me from being able to articulate what I just said. I will never think that I'm not being manipulated. And everybody can clearly see that. The thing is, with these perps, they have this diluted reality that I'm thinking everybody's saying, that everybody knows I'm being manipulated. Matter of fact, I think people looking outside, looking in, it looks even more obvious that I'm being tormented mentally. And obviously other ways. Doesn't take a psychoanalysis to see what's happening here. They do this technology they utilize this technology to manipulate your brain, torment you, fatigue you, break you down psychologically, to torture you. I know they try to make it look like everybody thing is, yeah, not everybody know what's happening to me and participate in this. And everybody see where this is going to go when these clowns come disconnected, thinking they're going to have to method acts to try to gaslight me into thinking, I don't know, I'm being manipulated this way. That's when something is going to go like Steve Marlowe. And you're just going to be the retard who's going to maintain this character until it's too late. And everybody sees where it's going. And it doesn't take a genius. If you think that I'm going to subscribe to your retarded way of wanting me to rationalize this, that what you're doing is you're making my brain, me as a child, remember what you did as a kid in 8th grade, to make me subscribe to this pedophilia type of torture that you've been doing to others. Because you're doing some noise campaign, you have the little distracting brainwashing traditional tactics. And I'm not seeing the amount of effort you're doing to rewire me, even forcing my dreams to have these sexual dreams, to then rewire toward children. Even using the restroom is turning into something where you manipulate it in this disgusting way. And then use some clowns like you're not. Fucking retard. Every time they do this manipulation, like, oh, so you're not. I'm like, you see, it's working so well. I am internalizing this. I am. Now come and do that in my face. You made it clear that you're not manipulating my brain in this degrading way. Maybe send this childish, innocent sounding trash. You'll see what happened. Maybe send these fierce people that run around circles around me because they're so good. I definitely don't think this is a governmental program that is known to be torturous of the mind and use pedophilia type of torture. You guys are so winners. Listen, I will never internalize this manipulation. And right now they're trying to force me to think, no, but it would make sense if she's used as trash. Like trash. They've been trying to use that as a way to make me subscribe to these pedophilia things they do to me. When in truth, that's the common tactic they've utilized on the target individual. So you imagine somebody that you know involved in forcing you to have these thoughts. Imagine just knowing that people are participating in that. That they are part of something that's putting effort in rewiring your brain so you have these experiences when you see children. Dreams are being manipulated in certain ways so they can condition you in certain ways. Stimulation, libido manipulation is happening all the time. Then they send this trash. Who's even created this thing as like, yeah, we're running circle, we'll prove this so much trash. You're just gonna rewire my brain and my thoughts in a way that is regressed and retarded to make me subscribe to these things. And when we face each other, I'm telling you, these regressed, retarded ways of making me think is not gonna help you. I promise you. And you know that's going to be the case if you face me. I'm talking to that special fierce one that runs circle around me with their technology. That can be just stay strong. For me, I put in the face the things they do to me. Listen, let me show you first of all the typical manipulation. First of all, the child, this adorable, beautiful little child of The Rock, they start stimulating me. Now, they also played a while ago the memory manipulation of like his child. He has multiple girls, and I think there's one that was born before August 19, 2019. And like, yeah, you feel like that. It's like, no, you're forcing me to feel like that. But this is the youngest baby. Adorable little girl. And now I'm being forced to have these experiences. Then, this is the weirdest. This kid here, I don't know if you can see, they start making me look at her like she's like maybe a 9-year-old. They give me stimulation like she's an adult. They give me perception. Like she's like an adult. It's crazy. And give me stimulations. And then this baby here, this little, oh God, this like infant. This little baby. Like she's not even a year old. And they're forcing me to get this stimulation and sensation. Like, now black look. It's like, and I think there's another child somewhere here. Yeah. And then this kid here. And it's funny, they're like, oh, remember when it's like, and this is kind of sad because this person is in a country that I'm very familiar with. But that's the things, and so this kid is just messed up, the way that I can even enjoy watching some wholesome stuff like that. But that's how they attack my brain. And be like, nah, remember when you were a kid? Yeah, I have babies. As trash as this low life bottom feeder working for pedophiles. For me, I keep saying this, I will never subscribe to this manipulation, but when I face them, I'll face them for the nothings, the trash, the garbage the government utilize to torment target individual. And no matter what age, race, or whatever they come from, they will deal with reality. A lot of them are some childish thing that gamify this horror. But they're nothings. But for me, if they make the mistake to stay disconnected and face me, I'll make the best out of it. I'll make the best out of it. Reading between the lines what I mean. I'll make the best out of this. It'll be a life lesson. It'll be a life lesson that will be unforgettable. Target individual, as a target individual, all I can say is do not subscribe to the manipulation. Do not internalize this manipulation. And I'm not here preaching violence. I'm not here to make somebody go be aggressive, but I know it's gonna happen. Because there's so much somebody can take to the point of just losing their mind. But one thing is for sure, I don't want anybody to kill themselves. I don't. And doing something to them is basically suicide. But some target individuals have decided to go that way. I'm not telling you to do that. I'd rather for you to fight till the end. Maybe you'll be the one that survive. But for me, I cannot let that happen in the sense of I could not look at myself the same way. If I see this trash play this game in front of me and expect me to do nothing, I can't. Whatever that means, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But it's gonna be bad. And I'm becoming very immune with the way they try to, they have these tactics, these perps. In this program, there's a lot of childlike participants. First of all, as a target individual, remove them from, they're no longer innocent beings. These trash are being groomed to normalize these things. I'm saying it. Start dehumanizing the participant. Because, especially the childlike, that means they're being groomed in this. That's a reality they're going to force themselves to be in. And think it's normal to do what they do. And expect no consequences from that. For me, I'm already erasing them as thinking of them as human. They're gonna deal with reality, and it's gonna be in their face. It's gonna be bad if they do this thing in front of me. I'm not trying to intimidate them, but it's okay. When we face, they'll see that. And even if I don't face them, these clowns will deal with reality one way or another. I've seen what happens to these perps when they participate in this. The individuals stay strong. They will get theirs. Justice will be done for what they do to us. Maybe not today, but it will happen.